Somebody has to hold this camera for me so that I can talk and focus on what I'm talking. This will not happen, that's the reason I usually put up a chair and sit there and make the video. It's much better than standing and talking and holding this. What to do about this? How can we just fix it to something? I don't know. I've never thought about that. So right now, what's the time? The time is about 2:15 here, and I like the 2:15. I like the noon time, to look outside. It looks so sunny today. As per the forecast, it's going to rain after Monday, that is. So today is Thursday, which leaves us with about 4 to 5 days more for it to rain. And then probably it's going to be rainy. Let's see. Sometimes the forecast doesn't go as it is predicted. There can be some changes also. Okay, it's very hot here, but I like this sunny. I've told this before, right? The sunny feeling which you get when you're outside is pretty good, especially at noon. That's how it is. So what do we talk about today? I've done so much in chamber today. I was thinking it's all coming from your head. All that you write when you're in chamber is the work of your brain. Then again, making a video without a script, it's very difficult. So you should rather be reading the same things that you have already written or typed out while you're in the chamber. So what did I write about today? Let me just tell you. It seems there's a Kannada movie which played yesterday in Isha Foundation Center at Coimbatore. This is the second movie that is being played there. I don't know which was the first one, but the second one is a Kannada movie called as Kantara, I think. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correct, and what does it mean, I don't know. So I just went through that news and I read over that. And when you read something, I've told you before also, it's like connecting the dots from one aspect, you just skip to another aspect, and you just start making a link of all these things. So what happens is that you get to read about all these things which you never knew about. Okay, so that movie is about kind of superstitious, can I say that? I don't know. A ritual which is based on a dance form called as Bhoot Kola. Bhoot means ghost, and Kola means the costume, you can say, probably. It's like that. So there are so many such rituals which you see in most of the southern states of India. So if you go to north, the rituals are of different kind, but I won't say it is not there in northern side. It is there, but more than that, what I am familiar with is the rituals that is practiced in the southern states of this country. So this Bhoot Kola is a ritual. It's very interesting. You should read about it, and that is what I read a lot today while I was in the chamber. And I like traveling and studying about the culture of different places and knowing how things are in that particular place. You don't have to approve to it, but it's worth knowing it and studying it, being there. That's something of my interest. I like to travel the world and study about each place, their food habits, their culture, and their rituals, obviously, because it's so interesting. You get to know so many things. So this is you should browse about this. Okay, it's called as BHOT Booth and KOLA Kola, because the way they dress up, those people who perform that, it's amazing. And it's very scary in the sense you if you stand there witnessing that, it's like a horror. I tell you that. So I read a lot about it and watched pretty pretty many videos about that booth cola, and after that I realized that it's nothing but your belief, the belief of that society, the people who are into it. And because if you don't believe in that, then it is absolutely nothing but insanity or a chaos, or a mere expense that you put in expressing a superstition. So that made me think a lot about how people change with age. Like I have changed a lot in some aspects with age. In sense, the things that I used to find as stupidity at some age, now I don't find it that way. In sense, I know what it is actually. That's a thing. The way you approach to things changed. That's what has changed. So that's what I've been contemplating on while in the chamber. I thought about it. How come that in my 20s I used to find all these as stupidity and nothing but a waste of time, but now when I look at it, I don't find it like that. I find that it makes sense from some point, in the sense, unless it is something that you do to break the law. What is wrong if you organize such kind of rituals, if you believe in it, you know? Have you watched that movie, The Proposal? A pretty old English movie, The Proposal. I don't know the actor's name, but the actor is very cute, and the actress is Sandra Bullock. So in that, you would see Betty White doing a ritual, walking around, dancing around the fire, and chanting something to I don't know, to invite the spirits or to keep away the spirits. What was it? I don't know, but it was really nice, and that rhythm was good, and I liked it at that time. So when you look at it, in the entire world, all the places have one or other rituals which is connected to something that does not exist. You know, you cannot explain it to somebody because you cannot show them what it is. Now, if you are talking about something unnatural or supernatural, you cannot explain it to anybody else. How are you you can explain it, but you cannot show them. Now, when you're talking about spirits, what are spirits? Have you watched that movie? What is that movie? A long back there was a movie, A Friendly Ghost. I forgot that fellow's name. So adorable he was, the ghost. Forgot. We don't have time to think on that. Okay, I got the name. The name is Casper. Have you watched that movie? It's about a ghost. It's a ghost movie, but it's about a cute little friendly ghost. So spirits are nothing different than ghosts. What we call ghost has a form which we have given to it. You know, we designated them as ghosts. Actually, they are spirits. They don't have a body. They don't have life. They are supposed to be like smoke, or whatever. They are spirits. That's what we call. So this is unnatural, in the sense it's supernatural or unnatural. When you're explaining that to somebody else, how are you going to put it in words? Like they might want to see what it is like. So in real, you cannot show them at all. But you can show them in the form of movies, in the form of how we have recreated it, all these spirits or the ghosts, whatever you call it. It doesn't have a life of its own, but we can just make them understand this is what is spirit. You know, something. It's not easy at all to describe these things to somebody else. So what are these rituals which I am talking about? Like today, what I watched, it is called as the booth cola. It's nothing but a way of pleasing the spirits there is. So it seems these people of these villages or societies believe that the entire society can live in harmony only if you are if you maintain a sense of compatibility in three areas. One is agriculture or cultivation, second is land, and third is spirit. That's what I read today. I read a lot about it today, and it was so interesting. It's one of my favorite subject, to learn about cultures, about rituals, and you get to know how people can think, and how relevant it is in their life. If you try to uproot them totally, they really don't like it, because these rituals are a part of their life and a part of their personality, you can say. So if you try to take away the person from that, a lot of that those beliefs which they developed while being there, while being raised in those surroundings, come with them. It's like I had a toothache long ago, probably in 2011, and when I went to the dentist, I had once or twice I had toothache in those times, and I went to that dentist. He was a very elderly person. He looked at it and he was very restless, kind of. I cannot describe his personality to you. It was as if he was so busy he doesn't have time to look at you. It was like that. And he asked me what it is, and I said, this is it. So he said, do you want, it's better if you uproot it, because it makes no difference, or else you may have it again and again. So I said, fine, then you can uproot it. So I said, how much time will it take? So that dentist did not have time at all. He said, we're going to give you the anesthesia and we are going to remove it now and then. I said, fine. And within 20 minutes or even shorter than that, he just plucked it off. And you know how it is when you pluck your tooth. For a while, it becomes numb, right? And you have no feelings at all for a long time. And probably by next day afternoon, it's getting better. And then you realize that he has taken only half of it, and the half is still there. So what can you do about it? Nothing. I would never want to go to that dentist again for anything. So I just left it like that, and it's healed, and still I have the half of that tooth, and the half is missing because he plucked it. And the worst part is that he never mentioned about it, that he could only remove half of it, and the half is still there, because he did it in so much hurry. I was in so much pain when he was plucking or extracting that tooth. I couldn't tell him because the anesthesia had not worked, but he didn't have the patience to wait for it to work. So he just wanted to take it out, and that's it, get done with it. So in that hurry, probably there were two nurses and the dentist, and I don't know what hell or a chaotic thing they did to my mouth. I have no idea. And he got half, the half remained there. That's a story. So that's how it is. If you try to pluck people or people from society and try to plant them somewhere else, sometimes these beliefs which they have, which is rooted while they lived in their village or their locality, also comes with them, like the half that went with the dentist. The half is still with me, the half went, and the same way the belief system also goes with you. When you plant the individual, a lot of what you have got into you while you were raised in a place comes with you. Really think about it. So all these things you learn when you learn about different cultures and different habits and all these things. It's very interesting, and I wish to travel around the world and to learn about different places, their food habits, and including everything. It's there in my things to do list, and definitely I'm going to do it in future. So that's about it. I will put a full stop here, because if you go on talking in this topic, it's non-stop because it's so interesting. And I have read a lot about it today, and I hope that you people also read a little about it. It's called as BHOT, Boot, or BHUT, however you write it. It's KOLE. You should see those people dressed up in that cola or the costume which they wear, and their expressions and the face makeup they do, and the rest of the things, whatever happens, is nothing but the ritual. Okay, it's like the spirit, the deity or the goddess or god in that deity is supposed to get into that cola for a while, and once the god is inside that cola, they start expressing the probably the emotions or whatever you can call it in the dance form. So this movie, Kannada movie, I think it's going to be a hit because it's really good. This art form itself is very inviting and very catching and very attracting, because of the expressions they have and because of the fierce expressions which they try to put through the dance. It's something that you must watch. Okay, I'll be back with something interesting tomorrow, and probably so today I've got you outside because it's pretty sunny, and 2 o'clock sun is my favorite thing. It gives you joy, and I want to tell you that from yesterday I had another intuition. I keep getting these intuitions or whatever you call it, the guidance, the inner guidance. So I had this inner guidance tell me that it's time for me to start deep meditation in some way, because it strengthens you from inside, and it's going to be of a lot of help in the future. So that's what I am trying to do from today, and for that I need some what do you say, things to support it, to activate, because I am basically a very sensitive person, and all my senses are very sharp, in the sense the smell, touch, the visual, the auditory, everything works for me together, and they are all sharp. So if you want to go to the deep meditation, not the formal way, you need to activate all these senses. The more intense they are, your senses receptivity, it shows up in your meditation. So I would like to use my auditory receptors as well as visual receptors as well as my smell. What do you call that? Olfactory, or I don't know how to pronounce, whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about, right? So I'm thinking of how to activate your touch sense as well, to make all the senses be a part of your meditation. So let's see how it works. I'll be describing it and sharing the updates.